Hey everybody, and welcome back to Emerald Coast. We are here on our grass field, and you see that we've got a little bit different equipment today. We've got ourselves a weeder. Going to be drug across the ground and do some fertilizing. And I'm going to give me a minute here. Hey, I'm switching over to voice activity, so I don't have to hit the push the talk button. Hey, little Rex, what's up? We had the issues with that fertilized spreader, so last stream, so we're going to try this thing out. Looks like I'm changing my colors, so you do this. It's between this and a roller, and I decided to use this instead of the roller. I think the roller was narrower than this. So I'm joined tonight with Rockhound and Spectre. Say hey, guys.
Hello. I'm not really here. I'm just listening.
Okay.
I had my mic muted. I had to hit that real quick. Hope you all enjoying the Memorial Day weekend. I know I am.
Just remember, it's more than barbecue.
That's right. So this can be found over at FSUK, this particular draggy thing. We'll get to Memorial Day here in a little bit. Clean and green. We're gonna see if we can't get us some more viewers before we jump into that. How's the map coming along, Rockhound?
Well, I've been at it slowly but surely. Made a little progress on another factory. Just about it. Got it up and running, operational, if you might say. And then time to move on to the next one.
Still think you're on target for what was it, July or?
I'm trying, dude. I'm really trying. When it comes to making these factories and actually doing the 3D modeling, that's where I find it's very time consuming, but I'm getting better at it. The more I do, the more I, prone to detail, and the map is going to be big, all right, file size wise, because a lot of the textures I'm using are pretty high detail. Trying to, but I'm trying to keep them minimal too. I don't want it to be too big, but it's going to be a large map file for sure.
Right. We all know that most of us should know that map making is not a quick thing.
Not
to create a whole new world.
Not with me, it ain't.
Hey Kyle, hey Mark, and Johnny, what's up?
Hey guys, how y'all doing tonight?
Let's switch over. I learned this today. If I turn off speed plowing, I go back. Now my handy dandy enhanced PDA will show me the fertilizer states if I haven't done plowing already.
Oh, cool.
You seen that enhanced PDA mod?
Sure haven't.
I got it on here. You can change the size of the PDA.
Nice.
Like I did there. Changed it to. I like to run it a little wider, like double wide, but normal height.
Oh, cool. I like that.
You can make it transparent. There, now it's semi-transparent.
Right. Well,
and you could change the layers. Like I got soil composition, so it's showing the fertilization layer.
Nice. On the PDA.
Yeah.
That is sweet.
You can change it to normal, and then it just shows normal.
Right.
Fruit types, so it shows you what's planted.
Oh, that is cool.
Growth stages.
Wow.
Or we'll go back to soil composition. Now it doesn't show it real time, so it shows it like refreshed.
Right.
Refreshes every minute.
Cool.
And then there's one more trick in this bag. You can zoom in and out.
Oh, wow.
There, I just zoomed all the way out, as far as out as it'll go. So I'm really liking it from the stance I'm liking it from the stance of like map videos.
Right.
Because I can kind of zoom out and really have a good sense of this thing. I guess it is. Kind of have a good sense of where I am in the map with respect to other stuff.
Right.
Also give everybody a good representation of the map and everything.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look into that one.
Yeah, it's over at the in-game mod hub.
Nice.
Hey Kyle, hey Mark, hey Cows Go Moo. Just over here on Emerald Coast, we're doing a little fertilizing using our cool new dragger thing. Has a nice dusting. You can see some dirt being kicked up or whatever. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, it is.
And it's cheap. It's like $1,500.
Wow.
Probably only gives you the fertilization during the first stage.
Right.
You know? Let's actually look at stores. It's under Weeders. It's a grassland harrow, $1,500, 5 meters width.
That's nice.
It says 5 meters.
Yeah.
Just said it was 6. That's good enough.
I like it. Old school.
Yeah, it works. It works for the idea of the series, where we're going to be doing stuff from like the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s.
Right.
You know? Plus, we're earning every bit of money that we can get. So the least money we spend, the better.
Right.
What semi are you using for that?
When I can afford a semi, I've got a Mac. I'll show you.
Is that the rubber dock Mac?
No, it's a different one.
I love that truck. That's a good mod.
Well, we've got the TransStar International Harvesters that we'll probably have. Then we got the Mac B61. And then we'll probably do this 1977 Mac R.
Nice.
GTX. GTX did me a custom. He didn't do me a custom edit. He tweaked this one from wherever it was available at. I forget. And it's got lots of cool engines, and most of the engines have different sounds to them.
Cool.
Two-tone paint scheme. That's about it.
So that's another private mod?
No, it's not a private mod. It's It's generally released. He just tweaked it a little bit. But it's general release. I think it's probably in my mod spreadsheet, but I forget where it came.
I like Mack trucks. Cool. Big fan.
I like that rubber duck mod because I mean that truck handles really good.
I don't know if I've got that one.
You seen the red and black two-tone one, or?
I got the black one. That's all it is, solid black. I think it's paintable, but I haven't used it in so long. But I don't play that much.
Oh, speaking of that, you know, I think tomorrow, I think tomorrow we're moving into early autumn
Yeah.
on Germantown.
Yeah, I got corn, soybean, and some sunflower that should be ready to be harvested. So I'll probably gonna jump in and get that knocked out.
Yeah,
and I'll probably sell off my farm to somebody who wants it.
Oh no.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I got 2 fields to harvest soybean, and then what? We gotta do the BGA work, right?
Yeah, I gotta put up some contracts to harvest, and I gotta buy a at least one forage harvester and some stuff. Figure out when we can maybe do some BGA work. Of course, I'm gonna be out of town all week, so I'll try to be in on my laptop doing doing some harvesting, but I won't be streaming any of it.
Go storm Big Round Top, huh?
So I think I'm going to do one more pass here, and then we're going to make a trip up to the farm. Got something special to show you guys.
Cool. I like surprises.
It's at 23. 23 is a good number. Hey Matthew, what's up? Yeah, cows. It was like low 80s today, but it was the humidity was at a point where real feel was like 88, 90 degrees. We had a thunderstorm move through here. Hey John. Hey Johnny. 4K 55-inch TV for your monitor. That's crazy.
That's sweet.
This thing up. On over here to the main farm. So earlier, Clean and Green, or Cleaning, whatever his name is, Clean and something. I was asking about Memorial Day, and Memorial Day is a U.S. holiday. I suspect there may be holidays that that other countries observe that are similar to Memorial Day. But the purpose of Memorial Day is a day set aside to honor, and Steve is his name, to honor and remember those who have given the ultimate sacrifice for our country, those who have fought in our military and, well, haven't come home.
Right.
So, I've got a surprise for you guys. And I invited Rockhound in because he is the creator of this wonderful thing. So we're gonna keep our eyes averted till the door is open. You kind of already saw it in the store.
If you were paying attention.
If you were paying attention. So we have in here beautiful Kenworth K100, POW MIA edition.
There she is.
Done up by my good friend Rockhound Mods, who is in chat with me.
That would be me.
And I thought, what would be a better day, or what would be a better way to honor those than to whip out this truck and show her off and thing. So before we go any further, I want to have a little moment of silence. So I've rigged up a banner. I'm going to pull up here. Just quiet here for a few moments. All right, guys, that was very much for that.
That was very nice, Klein. Thank you.
So,
Means a lot.
this is a really cool truck, and I want to show it off. This is linked in my mod spreadsheet on the first tab. It's not on the Emerald Coast tab, but it is on the first tab. And it's got lots of cool features. We're going to, yeah, Memorial Day is technically tomorrow, but given that this is Memorial Day Eve, and I figured might not be streaming tomorrow, that I'd go ahead and bring it up now. Got lots of cool features. I do need to put on head tracking, so give me a minute.
I'll take a personal
Alrighty.
second to tell everybody I appreciate all the people that have served in the military, and if any of you are in here watching, I want to thank you personally for all you've done for our country. Thank you.
Amen to that. Ditto.
There we go. All right, let's pull this thing out here into the light.
There you go. Fire it up.
That thing is a truck and a half, man.
It was designed that way, man. Especially when you put the chip in it.
So first off, we got this really great interior. Classic old school interior in here.
Many hours I spent.
Plenty of chrome. We got way cool IC controls. We can roll down the window. Got oversized load banners. Back on. Can let's see, is that turn off? Oh, there we go. Can tip the cab forward. Check out our engine. And we got a back here somewhere. Even close the cab from outside. Open our door on up. Can we do that on the other side?
Yep. Both
and
doors
open this door too.
Outside.
For those that do multiplayer, it is does have passenger script. And hold what, 3 passengers? 2 total passengers?
Yeah, 3 people in all can ride in the truck.
Let's close our door here. We also have a Jake brake. Let's turn that bad boy on.
I get the sound muted. I can't hear it.
There you go. Turn that back off. We got a rear-facing camera to make it easy to see when you hook up the trailer. Love the rotating PTO there, or not PTO, but drive shafts. There is a front-facing camera. Now this one, some people get a little confused on. This is actually, there's actually a front hitch down there. This is if you want to hook up to a front hitch. Let me pull back up here to this trailer and I'll show you guys how that works. So Memorial Day's kind of special for me. kind of from a weird, maybe a weird standpoint, but the way I see it, my generation, my grandfather could have served in the military. He didn't. Could have been involved in World War II, but did not serve. I think he got a draft exemption because he was a farmer, and I think to some degree an exemption because of religious views, I think. Let's see, we can look up here, and now you can use this to shuttle things around in the yard. Pretty cool. Then my father could have served in Vietnam, but didn't. But there were plenty of kids going to school that I went to school with who had parents that had served in Vietnam. And then, as I'm in high school, there's this little thing called what was it? What's the first Gulf War called?
Desert Storm.
Desert Storm. That's it. So this little thing called Desert Storm kicked off, and you know, it was pretty scary for a kid that was like 15, 16, and 17. You know, not sure what's going on there.
Right.
So you know, it's kind of like that weird time frame where you could theoretically have 3 generations all involved in a conflict.
Right.
So, grew up with kids that had parents that were involved in the military and everything. Then my sister goes and marries a vet. Nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
So Memorial Day is very important, and it's always important to thank those that are serving, thank those that have served, and remember those that continue to serve. Aren't with us anymore. We also have a moving my mirrors. Movable mirrors. What's that, Rockhound?
You got to unlock. I thought you were doing the triaxle.
I was just hitting the wrong buttons.
Yeah, I think you got to unlock it yet. No, you got to unlock.
We got a movable 5th wheel. So depending on the trailer, you might need to move this forward or back. And then we have raise and lower the center axle there. So let's lock this thing back down. So there we are.
And they do turn.
Yep, it is steerable. This thing is a beast. It's a bit expensive in the store, but you know what? It's the paint job.
Yeah,
What you pay for.
Exactly.
You get her for 821 horsepower. This thing will really move, and will seriously pull quite the train of trailers.
Yeah, my dad was in actually served in Iwo Jima. He was there when they raised the flag. And, that really means a lot to me. He was on the beach when they raised the flag.
My father was a World War II vet too.
Was he?
Yeah, he was fairly lucky. He didn't have.
So was my dad. My dad was a Marine. He was just a corporal, but I mean, he was right there on the front lines, man, and he lived through it.
I was gonna say my dad was lucky that he didn't have a lot of combat experience, but probably he was one of the MPs that basically was the police when right after they invaded Germany. He was like the traffic cop on the beaches when they landed all the gear and equipment,
right?
Support people and all that.
Cool.
So.
Yeah, your dashboard lights up there. Your speedometer works.
Yeah, this is a quality mod there. Thanks for working this out.
My pleasure. I did some investigating before I modified it. It's not, the truck is not my mod originally, but I tweaked it and turned it into what this particular mod is. And I did a little research and found only person that I could find that had any kind of ties to this mod, and contacted them and asked them if I could do a little modification to it. I have one for personal too that I did not release because it's got my personal logo on it, and then did one for Klein, and then I put this one out, and he said that was okay to go ahead and publish it, and he has credit in the mod desk. So
I thought I would thought I'd show the truck off because what
well,
a
thank
better
you. I appreciate it.
what a more there's no more appropriate time than Memorial Day to talk about the POW truck and give it some attention. Y'all don't have the truck, you can get it down at Rockhound Mods. I'll put a link in the description after the fact, but it's definitely linked in mod spreadsheet that I've got linked in the description. Or Rockhound, you can feel free to put a link in the chat if you want.
Okay.
Oops. What happens when you take too tight of a turn?
Yeah, it does have a wide turning radius.
Well, it's that third axle.
Ah, yeah, you're right.
But you know, with 820 horsepower, you can really do some heavy hauling with it. It's definitely the tractor you want to use to haul around the Big Bud.
Or your 7 or 8 trailer road train.
Yeah, your A and B trailer, 5 A's and a B trailer of corn or logs.
Right.
I need to know where I can get that Mac you're talking about. Is your mod list on your WordPress?
I haven't added it there yet, but it should be in the description. It's a Google spreadsheet.
Oh, in the stream description. Okay.
Yeah, I think the Mac's there. If it's not, I'll dig it up.
You should take a minute to promote your WordPress site.
I'm going to. One of those things, you know. One of those get around to. All right.
Get back to work.
Back to work. Okay, good. Skip that one. I think one place to get it is Forbidden Mods. Hey, Will. Just I don't remember the whole URL, but it has Forbidden Mods in it. And GTX Andy was telling me about Forbidden Mods. It is a site that kind of relinks, but they don't host. They put up the original link, so it's kind of, you know, it's kind of maybe the best of both worlds. They end up being kind of a mod aggregator, but at the same time you can actually get it from the original locations, so you've got a good chance of getting some updates and stuff. It's probably linked to Forbidden Mods if it is on the spreadsheet. Hey, Will, we just got done talking a little bit about Memorial Day and showing off the POW truck. I don't know if you were in for that or if you just made it. The map, you're talking about the mini map, Genesis? Because it updates every 60 seconds for me. That's what the little counter down there is. Right now it's at 30 seconds. Then you'll see it kind of flash. Well, that's okay. You're not really late to the party. There's always the replay. We were just talking about Memorial Day and why it's important, and kind of why we ourselves feel it's important. And we were showing off Rockhound Mods, super awesome PW truck.
He catches it in the replay.
I've got a daughter who is gosh, she's 14, in high school next year.
Wow.
And last summer I took her to DC. I've been waiting probably since she was about 5, the right moment to take her to DC and take her to the Vietnam Memorial and take her to some of the other memorials. Waiting until I felt that she was old enough to really understand everything and truly appreciate it. This tractor's got a distant camera too. It's cool. And it still gets me every time I go to the Vietnam Memorial how many people are always there looking for that name. That one name that is the whole reason for traveling to DC.
Well.
It's funny that that design was very, very criticized when they first announced that they were going to make a memorial. The designer of that memorial took a lot of flack, and everybody thought that it was, you know, they wanted a statue or something like that. But it's so so interactive. People can leave stuff there and all that. It's quite a heart grabber.
Yeah, I think, you know, I think the most impactful is just the sheer size of it and the fact that it's just simple. It's just an alphabetical list of names by year, and it's very sobering. Yeah, well, this is in the shoot. This is either over in the in-game mod hub or over at FSUK, one of the two. It's here under Weeders. So the Grassland Harrow, 5 meters, $1,500. Was going to use this roller, but then I remembered I had this in here, bigger. You know, I don't really see people rolling grass very often here. Since we had problems with the fertilizer spreader, I thought I'd give this a whirl. It's only going to be good for the first growth state. The Korean memorial is pretty touching too, with laser etching of artwork and faces and stuff, and then the statues in the, so it's kind of the garden area.
Poppy field?
Yeah. Hey, Milo.
We're planning an underground museum kind of behind the Vietnam Memorial for them to display some of the artifacts that were left and kind of further honor the casualties.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I hope it gets done soon.
Yeah, not every night, but pretty much whenever I stream, it's going to be around this time frame. That's because I've got a young kid, and I don't like streaming when he's up, because I want to be available to to spend time with him if he wants to spend time with me. So typically, this is around the time frame that he would be going off to bed. So That's why I started up this time of night. Hey, Darren. Thanks for joining us. Come on back out of here, make sure I've got it all covered. Zoom this thing in. Yeah, with that, with it showing what I learned, you know, if you turn on needs plowing, then you look at the PDA, it's all yellow. 'Cause I haven't plowed anything, I haven't mowed it yet. But I found out today if I turn that off, then it basically is just like the escape menu PDA. It doesn't show the layer that you disabled. Well, that's good. And then I remembered after the stream last time that the store has a telehandler now. It's around back. I could have used the telehandler to load those bales up as opposed to the skid steer. And I was going to I put the seed totes in, seed tote mod in, and I was going to use the telehandler on the fertilizer spreader, but then I remembered I had this, and well, this was cheaper, and I wouldn't have to pay for a fertilizer. I'm worried about using this after. Be worried about using this during full growth, thinking that it might knock growth back, destroy some grass. So I'm only going to use it for first growth. Yeah, I think it has some component where it just mirrors the escape menu map. I mean, if we let's see here, let's check that. We have barley growing right next to us, right? So if we go here, we switch it to fruit types, and we turn barley off. See, it goes away from field 2. Turn it back on. It's back on field 2. So that's pretty cool. I don't think there's a lot of description on the mod page as to what it does or how it works. It's one of those where you wish the guy went into a little bit more description about it, because you're sure that people would probably download it more. Left control, yeah, it zooms in and out. I had it zoomed out earlier. Left control 9. Just makes it big. Let's head up to the other grass field, up at the far end of the map. There you go. Now we zoomed all the way out. Hey, Duck, what's up?
Duck in the house.
Oh, I didn't buy that. We already own the grass fields. There's 3 grass fields that we own. I haven't bought any fields yet. The gist is that we own 3 grass fields, and we own the property that all the farms are on. We don't have to worry about, you know, well, we don't own the farms or what. There you go. Churn Farm is a very nice UK map, or British map. You say you were going to update that one to include all the cool fancy stuff? So, Rockhound, you said you were probably going to sell a farm off. Is that because you want to focus more on the map?
Yeah, I need to. If I want to get it in by my deadline. There's still so much to do, bud. I enjoy playing it, but I really can't really spend too much time on it anymore. But I'm not gonna let my crops die, that's for sure.
Well, no, you put all that effort into it.
Oh, I know it. Spent a ton of money. Down to like 370,000.
Right. So I think I'm going to be on Germantown tomorrow. I think it's going to be tomorrow evening. It's going to be early autumn.
All right.
And I'm guessing my sunflowers will be ready.
Gotcha.
At least I'm hoping my sunflower. Yeah, we're over here. We might as well go check out the train. That wouldn't be a stream unless I looked at the train, right?
All right.
You seen the new train on this one, the CSX engines?
I'm fixing to.
Head on over there. Bullet Bill's working on a American map, Lone Oak. From the posting today on FSUK's forum, looks like he just made some final tweaks. What he says are some final tweaks, and gonna have the Frontier Design testers bang on it for another week, and then seeing what they find, possibly upload it to Mod Hub very, very shortly. There was a post on the Emerald Coast forum today, over the support forum over at FSUK, about 2 nuggets that people couldn't find. Well, they're up here at the tracks. There's one right here in the middle of the tracks, somewhere between that tunnel and the signal light. Then there's one at the base of a signal light. Train coming. Get up here and run along the tracks. You'll find both nuggets. That should give you a 100. Now, Oxygen David is working on a Irish map. Shamrock something.
Cool.
Yeah, the other nugget is up here at the base of this signal. I've turned the nuggets off on this one, but one nugget's right there. The other nugget is on this train track. You know, a watched train never comes, does it? Cows does it he does it the cheating way. Oh, here it comes, here it comes. There they go.
Nice.
Lots of John Deere harvesters. Several New Holland tractors.
Well, that was a long train.
Yeah, it's even longer than the Midtown train.
Yeah.
And there it is. All right. Up here. Custom night sky. It's dark up here.
Oh, yeah.
While we're up here. Oh, it's raining. Oh, good, it's done. Gotta love when those rainstorms just come up and go away. Speaking of churn, how many of you that have played churn know about the laptop and the little office that's over at the arable farm? That was a little nugget to find. Yeah, the best part about the nuggets is when the map author puts them in areas of the map that he wants folks to see. Areas that he's particularly proud of. He or she, I guess. Well, I don't know if I know of any female map makers. Yeah, there's a laptop and an office on the arable farm on Churn. the silos. If you go in the silo building, there's some fill planes that show up when you have certain crops in the arable farm silo too. Now, I'd love to be able to walk up to a Coke machine and have it pop up a little thing saying, you know, deposit $1.25 or $2, and you take some money out of your pocket, and then you get a little, you know, sound of a soda can coming through the machine. Then maybe you get the little pop top sound. That'd be cool. You could work a Coke machine on a map. Think, Rockhound. Challenge. Gonna do 2 full passes, and then we'll start going up and downs. It's grass. Print feature. What would a print feature? Like actually print to paper?
Klein, I'm about to call it, buddy.
Alright, well, thanks for coming out, dude.
Oh yeah, enjoy your streams, man, always.
And
thanks everybody for joining, and I hope you all enjoy your holiday weekend.
Thanks for making the PW truck.
Oh, my pleasure. Hope I can keep them coming. We'll talk to y'all later.
All right. Hey Duck, I told Delta Bravo all about your city skylines. Not PW, POW. I don't know what PW is. It must mean something. All right. Just there, we're trying to get lined up. And we'll do that. Not really cutting it down the middle, but we're doing a pretty good job of it, I guess. It was pretty funny today. I was outside with the kid, and it was nice, fairly clear day with just some nice fluffy white clouds floating around. And all I could think about was I wonder how you take a picture of this sky and then put it in a map. Oh, it's funny. Like, I could be thinking of so many other things, and all I'm thinking about is how would I take the sky that I'm looking at and put it into a map? I told Delta Bravo all about your city skylines, and then I did a little not so honesty. I told him you all you did was talk about Delta Bravo all stream, and really it was a ploy to get him to watch your archive so you could see that you named a what did you name after Delta Bravo? Was it the garbage dump?
That's good.
Yeah, Duck was naming all kinds of stuff for different people in the stream, so I think I suggested he name the garbage dump after Delta Bravo. Or no, I said name it after your favorite Canadian, and he first called it Rubber Burner or something. The Rubber Burner had the garbage dump, and Delta Bravo had the cow farm, because I had asked if there was agriculture in City Skylines, and he said there was, so he was talking about it and showing it off. I guess he built a cow farm and called it Delta Bravo's Bovines. Yeah, I was talking it up more as a ploy to get him to watch your archive. Huh? Oh, that's funny. Oh, look, the radio has Pandora on. Just noticed that. Go. I've got to decide if I'm going to do loose or bale the grass here that I'm going to take down to the compost master. To some degree, it would be easier to do loose, but I'm going to need a baler anyway. I thought maybe I'd just pick up the baler. What do y'all think? Should we bother with loose or baled for our? 'Cause we're going to take the first cut of all of these fields and send them down to the compost master. The way these field prices are, we're not going to be able to afford any fields if we just do logging only. Churn does have some pretty good sized fields. Probably, 7 to 12 hectares on average, maybe. Yeah, loose would be quicker. Something else I wanted to do was kind of plan out what I'm going to need to buy. See if I've got enough money. So, definitely going with this mower, 12,500. Go with loading wagon. Well, we could go with that one, but we wouldn't be able to unload this in the compost master because it unloads here at the front. So we'd have to go with. Yeah, I was looking for an old-looking, decent, non-European forage wagon, and I couldn't find one. That's the only reason I'm not thinking about foraging. Baler, thinking there was some talk that this baler would be really good because it's small and it's cheap. I have the one baler that I was thinking of. We do go with the baler. We're going to go with the we're going to go with this round. Go with the round baler. We're going to go with this to pick the bales up with. I'm not going to do auto load bale tray at this point. And was going to use this tedder. It's just like a tedder I had when I was working on the farm. And I was going to use this rake. But then Will gave me a version of this to Ted's also. So we're going to use this if we bail out a windrow. Ted. That's what I was thinking. I think I got plenty of money to do it. Yeah, I've seen the mod for the old looking like Pottinger and stuff. But none of them are really brands that I would see. Oops. None of them are really brands that I would see in the U.S. during the period that we're playing, which would be kind of the late 80s period. Most of the forage wagons that we see in the U.S. are that John Deere type that load out of the front and unload out of the front on the side. Yeah, I know, that's why. Although I did see a loading wagon being used in a field just a couple weeks ago. I was shocked. I was shocked to see it. I'm like, oh, what is that? It was the same time I saw a couple of those. They weren't the Krone Merge Max, but they were like the belt windrowers. Those things are beasts. Saw a couple of them being worked in a field. They were basically lifting something up. Didn't look like hay. They were lifting something up. And I'm sure they were using it for silage. Yeah. But back then, in the 90s, there wouldn't have been that kind of stuff. At least nowhere that I would have seen. Like, I've just recently started seeing some Kloss Jaguar and a yeah, Kloss, and I've seen a shoot, what is it? Fent. That's it. I saw a Fent last year, to my shock. Saw a Fent tractor. I was like, whoa, what is that thing doing? Couldn't see what model it was because it was so darn dirty. So, that farmer didn't believe in washing his stuff either. Yeah, like I said, I just started seeing some Fents. I don't know if it was a 900 series or a 700 series or if it was a 300, you know, what series it was, because it was all dirty. There's one farmer around where I work. They have a bunch of AGCO tractors. You know, it's just the generic AGCO brand, I guess. If you could say that it was generic. No, AGCO is a conglomerate of all kinds of brands. This tractor has on the side of it AGCO as the brand. So, you know, loose, I'm not so sure if I could do loose without, you know, kind of foregoing some of the stuff. Not saying that everything I am using is truly, you know, American, but are. The other thing that I was thinking about was got this. I could lift the grass with this and shoot it into a trailer like you were saying. One day when we're rich, we're going to buy those. Got that, but that's a forage harvester. That's for corn. Yeah, we could do that. We could do that. I might have to invest in a second tractor. Have to hire on some help to follow me around the grass field. part of wanting to figure out what I'm doing is to figure out if if 144,000 is enough. Let's see, what trailers do I have in? Got that one. It's 20. Plus, it's side discharge. Wouldn't be so good for. Have to look around for a trailer. Got the Red Rock on. We're using the Red Rock over on the Valley of the Old Farm. I could just pull that over from there. Oh, Will, the guys that are doing the multiplayer on my Discord were asking a question. Apparently, when it rains, it's washing their tractors, and I had thought that that was normal. That when it rained, the tractors get clean or cleaner. Then they were telling me that that's not typically how default farm sim works. And I was thinking, well, maybe it was part of seasons. And then I started thinking maybe it could be something that is built into your maps. Because I mean, I haven't put too many hours outside of your map since Churn. Straight from Churn to Midtown and then to Rafflin, and I haven't paid too much attention to that one. But, you know, we got regrowable poplar. Got, you know, some other things. So I thought maybe there might be some rain washing script. That's what I thought. Just look at that sky. That's just great. It's hard to do that, isn't it? It's hard to keep track of where things come from. Unless you deliberately try to write it down or copy a link. And I guess it didn't rain long enough to clean this thing off. We only had a short shower. More days of rain and then clear skies. That's good. Going into summer. Oh, well, no, we're 12 days, so that's... I got far more than 200 not activated. I've got a place I work at. I have basically an unlimited OneDrive, and up on that OneDrive I've got a Farm Sim mods folder where I stick all the mods that I have. And I stick various maps that I want to keep up there too. And then when I start to play a map, I'll copy them down. I'll copy the ones I want to play with down into a mod folder for the map, and that's how I'll do it. Does mean that I might have multiple copies of a mod downloaded and on my PC, but this space is cheap. I don't have that many mods. That's for sure. Nowhere as close to that many. I think it's going to take us all of spring to get these 3 fields fertilized. All of early spring, that is. No, I don't keep the cruddy ones around. That's for sure. Well, yeah, if you've got the ability to fix stuff, then you never know when you might want to fix something, right? We're not using course play and doing other stuff because of the pseudo storyline that we're working with, in that this is the only tractor I own, so we're pretty much starting from scratch. We don't own a bunch of stuff, and therefore we don't have really we only own 1 tractor, so there's not much to do other than this. You know, I could set courseplay off and say I hired a guy to fertilize these fields. 1, you'd never see fields. Then I just go back in the woods. We've been in the woods quite a bit. So 1, something to do and not be in the woods. And 2, it's showing off parts of the map that y'all may not have seen in your own gameplay. So it kind of serves 2 purposes. I'll look at that mod you linked here in a minute. Hey Raznik, what's up? Oh, you missed a ton. Yeah, I think I got that one. I don't know if I activated it, but I think I got it. Is it it's Lily, so let's the easiest way to find that. So let's look it in the didn't bring it in. Download it. Not really. Wouldn't say big maps with big fields. I mean, we're playing on Rathlin. That's not a big map. Those fields are not big at all. I enjoyed my time on, I'm enjoying the Valley of the Old Farm. The fields we're playing on that one aren't that big. No, we didn't do that. We showed off the POW truck and talked about the POW truck. The fertilized one of the grass field over by field 2. Then we came over here to this one. We're over here by the train tracks, so we had to go look at the train. We sold the fertilized spreader that we couldn't fill because I remembered that I had this harrow thing. It's going to give me free fertilizing, at least for this growth. I'll probably buy that fertilized spreader, or I'll buy this one. I forgot I had this one. This one has 12-meter working width. This is 12-meter working width, but it holds 8,000. It's $10,000 unless I buy it. Yeah, it's 10,000 used, 29,000 new. Buy the used version. Neither of these fill at the bulk, but I'm thinking about basically doing a storyline thought process that I can only buy bulk if I buy like 10,000 liters or more, which would require I use a much bigger fertilized spreader, like the big in-game one, or buy it in a trailer or an overloader and then fill the fertilized spreader from there, which would work. So if I use the storyline that I've got to have, got to buy at least 10,000 liters at once, then I don't have to worry about the fact that I can't fill those 2 fertilized spreaders from the fill trigger at the bulk place. Hey, Delta Bravo. What's up? Oh, well, where is that one at, Will? You happen to remember where it's from? I didn't get the load delivered yet. I decided to take a load that was like 1,000 miles away, because it's going to give me 100 grand. And I got it like, I don't know, 250 miles out of the 1,000. I've got like 700 miles left to go. Yeah, I've got the little trucker book client thingy installed and turned on and logged in and all that. We do the forge lifter. I buy a second tractor. And this one. 75 horse. think I would probably pick up that one's oh, I might pick up this one. Little. That's the problem with John Deere models. You can't really go by the number as to how powerful something is. To see what this thing looks like. Might pick up this 51,000. Gotta see how much that Lily thing cost. Oh yeah, the Ford pack. That should be linked in the maybe it's linked in the mod spreadsheet. Yeah, I don't stream ATS or record ATS because I'd have to drop my graphics settings down too low, and I don't want to do it. This model. This is 7810. I'm trying to play this series kind of in a pseudo career, you know. I mean, I quote cheated the money in to buy the POW truck, but we'll be taking the POW truck out. We're not going to be using that on the series because it's really expensive, and we were not going to be able to afford that for quite a long time. So I did plug in the money for that. But I made sure after I bought it that we had the same amount of cash that we had when we started. 70. I don't have that in here. Yeah. So the plan is we're gonna have a New Holland farm. We're going to have a John Deere farm, and then we're going to have a Case farm. Case International. I have a farm with these bad boys, including the modern classic one. Since we have sheep already, I guess the John Deere farm is the cow farm. Cow and sheep farm. Now it's just up to if the Case IH farm will be the arable or will be the pigs. Or New Holland farm. You know, and once we are more profitable, and we, you know, we've got more money and we've got plenty of land and stuff, we'll be hiring helpers, and we'll be taking advantage of that. For now, it's just me and the tractor. Hopper engine cover. This is a pretty cool mod. I'll have to see how much that Lily costs. That forage lifter. I don't know if I'm going to use that or if I'm going to use the old Massey. I mean, this is the arm set that came with the tractor. I don't know why they're so tall. Got kind of a different hitch on them. I don't know if that's what these arms really look like. The only production is compost. We are going to mow all of this grass and dump it into Compost Master. Keep hitting the wrong buttons. Oh, you can use GPS on irregular fields. You use the you drive around the outside of the fields and work your way in, and then just kind of pick a big chunk that's in the middle, and you GPS the lines off of that. And you kind of fill it in by hand. It's very handy for harvesting, so that you can get nice, long, straight windrows of straw. Or if you're mowing, especially if you're mowing and then you got like a rake following behind you that's it's windrowing. follow straight behind you. Done this. We'll zoom way out so we can actually see what we're doing. Yeah, I can't, you know, it's, you get down, can't really see the, at least I can't. I have an issue seeing the difference in color between the two. There we go, that'll finish off this one. And then we're going to go play on the giant field. Yeah, I got them turned off on Streamlabs. I have no clue how or why they, I don't know how to turn off that silly donation message. If I could figure out, how to turn that off, I would. I looked at, the other day I was looking at it, and they wanted my PayPal, which was cool. I was okay giving them that information. Then I was like, then they were like, you know, accept credit card, whatever. And then they wanted this information. Next thing you know, they were like, who's your bank and what's your routing number and all this. I'm like, whoa, hey, what's up? I'm not giving you that. Yeah. Created the Streamlabs account so I would have the plugins for chat and stuff. And next thing you know, next thing you know, I'm seeing all these make a donation things and all the streams. Like, where did that come from? I didn't put that there. Delete it out, and as soon as I hit go live, it like shows up. Here's the big old. This will take like the rest of spring to weed. Go. do this. It's 20 fields, so we're going to call this field 6, 5. This. Let's do 2. So I think the edge. Ah, cool. I was worried the edge was too close to the fence, but be okay for now. The guy doesn't keep creeping over there. Well, they're not animals. It's just a real creaky gate. It's not like a goat or anything. It's just a creaky gate. Oh, that's okay. Only run into that problem on the edge there. In course play, it's a update. So I'm running version 5.02.00092 dev. So if you get the latest dev version of course play, there's the course, the graphic interface of the course generation. Can make setting up courses a lot easier than using just this general interface. Save it. Save it. Says. No, save it. Yeah, it makes you can go in and like let's see, control delete. And you can say, well, let's see what 3 headlands look like. You can see what it. Oh, that looks a little bit more straighter. 4. Let's see what that one looks like. And let's go back. 3. Might decide, oh, 3 looks cool. I like that. Smooth corners or turn. See how it kind of looks. Now I've completely confused this guy. Save that course. So that's what that is. So while that's running, let's talk about what we're going to do here. definitely know we're going to buy this mower. Definitely know I'm going to buy this. Thanks for the sub. Genesex. Definitely going to buy that. See here. That's only $6,800. That's kind of attractive for $6,800. This we get. It's with front weight. That again. Not gonna buy that. I don't know what's gonna look. And trail wagon if we. Let's go and let's go check out those mower and rake. Maybe we'll drive them back to the farm. See, we had rain, so we got a lot of mud now. The one that I've got linked in the mod spreadsheet should be fairly good. It's the one I used early on. I don't think it had any errors. Just a plain Jane truck. This one is a GTX edit, but the yellow one that I started with, I'm pretty sure that one came from Mod Hub or Mod Hoster. Right. There's our new mower. Let's see, can we hook up to this thing? Oh, we can. Sweet, we can drive this thing home. What, how am I cheating? Just driving on the side of the road? We're gonna do the, if we're gonna put stuff at the cow farm, just go this way. This is not an abomination. This is a real deal mower. This is what real farmers use. We used the model that was smaller, one model smaller than this on our farm. Then we got a disc spine. Let's see. Now we want to go up one more. See, I'm going down the road that's not traveled with traffic because we're using an implement that's wide. Going down the back road. Well, this truck is kind of small. This is a fairly wide mower. And I did learn how to lower the thing. Let's see here. So, let me stop here. So this is the raised position. And Control I. Delay. Lowers it normally. Oh, Control V. That's it. One of these lowers it, but maybe it's because I'm hooked up to the truck. Did figure out how to get it lowered. But we had one that was the smaller version on the farm that we used before we got a disc spine. I guess I should have went up that other road. Could have came into the farm the back way. Leave it over here for now. Yeah, it's got some over here where we can see better. The guy that did the mod was talking about this this jack stand. Hook up, it animates and moves. It's pretty cool. All right, let's go get that rake. Let's go backwards. Where are we at? Oh, that's how we should have came in. Got some serious mud going on now. You know what? We got any compost in there while we're over here? Oh, we do. So the other truck won't, it won't hold anything. It doesn't have the ability to hold anything. I'm still thinking about bumping this one up to like 4,500 or something. I tweaked Glance because Glance doesn't like you to have more than like 150 animals. It like freaks out and it makes it red. Like, be warned, you've got a lot of animals. That's dangerous. So on Rathlin, I did, that series we started out with 600 sheep. So I tweaked it so that it showed below 100 in green. Basically, it shows green all the time for any number of animals. But I think that's all I tweaked on it. I don't think I changed anything else. Ooh, $6,800. And now we get the rake. There we go. Let's take this bad boy back. I probably shouldn't get this one up to 80 mile an hour. The four wheel bearings would probably blow up. So the reason I wanted to use, I got this rake a long time ago. I've used it on a couple maps, not recorded or live, but this was the exact rake I used a ton of growing up. Raked me many a fields with this thing. Come in the back way, but let's see, can I turn this on? There we go. That's how it looks. It's running. Hey, Huntmaster, what's up? Let's see. Let's go this way. Missed my road. This will work. Well, that is a very good thought there, Duck, or cows. There's a dog right there. All right. Let's check on our sheep. How's our sheep's doing? Our sheep get a little bit of water. No, that's how they are. It's at an angle. Not square, they're diagonal. That's because the rake is diagonal too. That's the one. Go back and look at that. Yeah, this is how they look for realsies. The rear wheels are offset, as is the actual rake is offset. And if you never used one of these, two cranks here basically raise or lower the bar rake, as you put it, the yellow part. Get the tines fairly close to the ground, but not scraping the ground. And this one doesn't have modeled one, but there was a, it's probably on this side. So I think it was hooked up to this yellow bar. There was a gear, there was a lever that was hooked up to a wire. Came down here and engaged the gear. And when you flip that forward, it would engage the drive gear. So as you pulled, the rake spun, basically based on how fast you drove. Then when you're done, you flip that up and disengage the gear, and then you basically had the rake in neutral. Crooked. Anyway, guys, so that's going to end it for the day. I'm going to, off camera, try to figure out which tractor I want for our second tractor. I'm kind of leaning towards this one. Just got to figure out the configuration. Other options would be to pick up one of these Fords. But might get a tractor. I got to look at that Lily and see how much that thing costs. And then we'll either have the Lily or we'll have the Massey Ferguson forage lifter. And then we'll probably need to get a trailer in here of some sort. And that's what we'll do when we get around to actually cutting this grass. Got this one in here. There was another rake. I don't think I activated it. There's another rake that was a lot bigger than this one. Same principle, but I didn't bring that one in. All right, guys. Thanks for coming out and watching. I hope everybody has a safe and sane Memorial Day tomorrow for those of you that are in America. And hope you all enjoy your day off if you are so inclined as to have a day off. And my wife worked for the longest time in a job where she didn't get a day off, didn't get holidays off. Really made her upset, but now she gets holidays off. So we do acknowledge that sometimes people do have to work. So until next time, guys, happy farming.